So, JD, looking at the free agents list, and I have the list here, it's quite extensive. We have 29 guys who are either restricted free agent, unrestricted free agent, or exclusive rights free agent. And DeAndre Hopkins is a free agent, but they have him listed as a void because it's a void year in his contract. That was part of the deal when we traded for him from Tennessee. So that's the list right there, guys. Pretty big time list. So, JD, a lot of people were talking about in our chat, Valerie Sanders. Appreciate the contribution, Valerie. In addition to re-signing Hollywood, would you sign another receiver? So, obviously, JD, with this question, of the list that we have, the 29 guys, how would you, if you were Brett Veach, how are you prioritizing this list? Who would be the top 3 guys you would want to bring back if you had to prioritize this list if you were Brett Veach? Is Hollywood Brown, well, I know she mentions Hollywood here in her question, is Hollywood Brown one of the top 3 guys you'd want to bring back from this 29 players? Actually, I think I know who your number 1 is if I had to guess.
Oh, really?
I think so.
Who would that be? Who you guess mine would be?
My guess would be Nick Bolton.
Nick would be one of the top 3 for sure. So DJ Humphries, Nick Bolton, and 29. That's this is a list on here, boy. It's a list. There's a lot of people, man, that just going to be, the price-wise, going to hit. So we talking, is it free team-friendly deals and stuff, or just in general?
Yeah, it's like if you were, realistically, like as far as, because obviously Trey Smith, we would love him back, but he's going to make a lot. He's making a lot of money in the market. So that's not, I would say, unless you want to dish out that dough for him, but I'm talking about trying to realistically here.
Oh, man. I think Nick, DJ Humphries, I think who did a good job for us, but it was hurt. Would want him to have a full off season. Almost a Minahu too.
Interesting.
Yeah, I don't know if we can be able to, for what he wants. He might, he might want to, the big deal. I don't know if we're gonna be able to get him. Marquise will probably be right there. I'd go with 5. So Marquise, and the 5th guy for me, I actually like Kareem Hunt.
Okay. Yeah, a lot of people in the chat were saying to say number 29.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah, those would be my 5 guys.
Do you think Bolton's going to come, not cheap, but think he's going to be a good discount for him as far as we talked about before, running back and linebackers are both positions that have been kind of not paid a lot over the last few years, but maybe the running backs may be on the rise again. Who knows? But you think Bolton's not going to break the bank like a Roquan Smith kind of deal?
I don't think so. I think he wants to be here. Great fit for him. Yeah, I think Nick would probably want to stay and probably work a good deal out. So,
yeah, I read that they're gonna kind of use Patrick Queen's contract as a model for his contract. Queen signed a 3-year, $41 million deal last year.
Okay, it's doable.
Yeah, it's doable.
Yeah,
but 29 players, man, that's is that one of the most you've ever seen from a free agency perspective?
Oh man, I can't even tell you. I haven't even counted, but 29 is a lot. That is a lot of guys. But a lot of these 1-year deals. That's what it is. Like these, it's what you get. Putting a team and stuff like that together. You want to get guys on long-term deals, but sometimes these 1-year deals work. If it's something that it's not a whole lot of money, but you're looking at, and you see a majority of these guys are not making big money anyway. You know what I'm saying? That's the thing. So, But yeah, I like the 5 that I just gave. I think is a good core group of guys. The 5. So
And probably decently priced guys too. So you're taking a page out of the Brett Veach bargain bin
yeah,
playbook.
yeah. Nick Bolton, Kareem Hunt, DJ Humphries, Brown, and Amenahu. Yeah.
Do you have Hopkins on that list? Because Hopkins says he's far from being done. He tweeted that like yesterday. Where would you have him on that list? Is it for you? Is it more like you either bring back Hopkins, if you don't bring back Hopkins, bring back Hollywood, and vice versa?
I mean, it depends on what they're asking for. I mean, really. I mean, I love to have Hop. I love to have D Hop. But, what is it going to give you? What is, how good is the knee? How does he feel? So a lot of it goes into it, man. That's all that behind the scenes stuff. Okay. Which, only the franchise can make a decision on because they know everything about guys. I don't know everything about guys, but I know some things about them. Put it that way. Yeah.
Marion Oliver, this offseason is a defining moment for Brett Veach, in my honest opinion. Do you think this could be one of the biggest offseasons for Brett Veach?
Every offseason is a big, for the GM. Every season is. So, I mean, the thing is, Brett Veach has done a great job. I mean, come on, man. Been AFC Championship games and Super Bowls. I don't think we quite understand, man.
Yeah, we take it for granted for sure.
I'm telling you. No, this is what blowing me away. I think, man, spoiled? Yes, absolutely. You've done a tremendous job getting guys and stuff in here to represent the Chiefs in the Super Bowl. Jeez, man, I don't, for real, man. That's why I laugh at this. I'm just like, yo, we got to hit a home run every time, and it's been happening. We've done that. We've done that. Big off season, he's been doing it. So, oh man, I'm just sitting there over here, man, because I just like my playing career. I know how hard it is to get to, shoot a Super Bowl. Heck, dang on for some team, just playoff games. It takes a lot to get into it. Take luck, talent, all those different things to work and fit. That's why, man, like, like the Chiefs slander and people just like, yo, man, let's take it easy. Calm down. Take it easy a little bit. Take it easy.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and you're a guy who played a long time in the NFL, more than the average NFL player, and you didn't get to the Super Bowl once, so it's like, and there's teams going on 7 AFC championships for crying out loud. 7 straight.
And we put work, hard work, effort every single day. Guys getting better. Guys trying to get there. Like, definitely every single day. Guys are dedicated to it. That's what we're doing. So, I mean, it just blows me away. Phenomenal. So I know what it takes. I know the grueling hours, how your body feels, like your mind and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like we're talking about Travis. Like I know how it feels. All season, when you're sitting on the side of your bed, the pain in your back and your knees and everything, your shoulders and your fingers and your wrist, your neck. My goodness. You sitting over there, you like, man, I got to do this one more. Let's go. Got one more in me, or do I? So we see the product on the field. But the work that goes into it, I don't think people understand and appreciate exactly what that means.
Yeah. Jacob Donabauer, Veach has been impressive when he's had a pick from picks 29 to 32 for the last 5 years. That's insane.
Come on, man.
And round after round, too. It's not just the first round. Every round we're picking from the 29 to 32. So he's picking at the last possible guy in every round. It's a huge disadvantage, but somehow it's worked for Brett Veach. So there shouldn't be any questioning Brett Veach and if this is going to be a big season for him. Like you said, JD, every offseason is a big offseason for every GM. And Brett Veach hits home runs. And, like we always say, he shops in the bargain bin and he finds gems. I mean, and even look at the in-season management. Yeah, we didn't win the Super Bowl. We got to the Super Bowl. We got injuries galore. Hollywood out. Rasheed Rice out. He goes and gets DeAndre Hopkins. Pacheco gets hurt. He goes and gets Kareem Hunt off the couch. I mean, Josh Uche didn't work out, but hey, he swung. He swung for it. Didn't work out, but he swung for it. DJ Humphries could be our guy next year, and we picked him up this year to kind of get him in the foot in the door. So, like, Brett Veach, I know people are trying to there's a lot. I've seen a lot of this stuff online saying, oh, Brett Veach just surrounded Mahomes with poor weapons. Like, has he? I mean, maybe over the last, maybe 2 years ago, sure. But, like, Rasheed Rice got hurt. Hollywood Brown got hurt. Xavier Worthy came into his own. So, like, this year wasn't supposed to be a bad weapons year for our team. Injuries happen. That's the NFL. It happens. But Brett Veach hasn't been slacking on that department. Yes, we talked about not getting enough guys, but then he fixed that this past year. And so the whole surrounding Pat with poor weapons, that shouldn't be even talked about because what he's done for the last 2 years for Pat.
I think people just kind of look, it's a whole, what have you done for me lately argument, right? I mean, when Tyreek Hill was here and Hardman, those guys were dynamic, fast, exactly what this offense needed, exactly what we needed. Now you can go obviously and say, hey, Marquise Brown, MVS, and start naming those guys, and Watson, those guys weren't really catching a lot of footballs. Sky, those guys that was dropping and stuff. We still won it. We won it. I mean, but that's why Pat and those guys are so good. He can make some guys right, and they clicked at the right time. Kadarius Toney. I mean, these guys. Brandon's trying to find guys. He's trying to get deals. He's trying to get guys that want to revamp their career and has a chance and opportunity. Okay, I see what Veach is doing. Shoot, you go and get our guy. We thought Josh was going to be coming back. Josh Gordon, Flash Gordon. We thought, man, that was going to be it. Get him back, catching footballs, and does he still have something left? Take a chance on him. That's why somebody was asking, why are we keeping Justin Ross around? Because he's got an ace in his back pocket, right? That's what he's doing. He's like, he's been in this offense. Hopefully he's getting better. If we need to pull it, we pull it. Yeah, there we go. How about that? Take that one with you. You didn't see that one coming. Let me throw another one down. I'm throwing spades right now. You didn't see that happen? Take that. You should do better before you sat down. Yada. That's what Veach is doing.
I'd love if Ross came to fruition next year. I have my doubts. I have my most doubts I've ever had on the whole Justin Ross experiment going into the season than I had in the last few years. JD, they've really hurt me with how they've handled Justin Ross's his development. To be quite honest, I don't know. I hope he gets some kind of playing time this year, but I doubt it at this point.
Well, here's that's why I like the value of D-Hop coming here. D-Hop was provided that coaching on the field to help guys out to see it. They visualize the thing they needed to do. They're watching and they're learning from him, right? It's one thing to have a coach, which I think Connor does a great job, with those guys. But also, too, you have a guy like D-Hop who has experience, okay, of other coaches and stuff like, I was telling you, that could come in and say, hey, man, Justin, hey, do it this way. JR, come on, man. Hey, come out there, break a little bit better, a little bit different. When I was up in Philly, I had, Irvin Fry out there taught me a lot about football, watching him. Jimmy Johnson, Ed West. Learned a lot from him. Just watch them in practice, how they was able to handle and talk about things, the confidence they had. Like it taught you a lot. You have guys. So maybe maybe. So you know what we're gonna look another off season. Guys gonna come down. They're gonna do what they need to do. Hey, guess what? If you don't do it, you're gonna be out of here. So what happened to Kadarius Toney? He didn't want to do it the way they. Okay, fine. Guess what? You cut yourself. That's what ends up happening. You're gonna find yourself on the other side of it. Guys get hurt, man. Things do happen, but you got to have a contingency plan. So have guys in here that can get things handled. How many guys did we see? They went to go get Devontae Adams. Where was the Jets at? Arguably the best receiver in the game. Now him and AR, now they got him doing Ayasaka or whatever that is called. Sitting over in the tent, sweating. Man.
So you're not ready to close the book on Justin Ross. You think we still got a shot?
We ain't losing nothing with it. We ain't losing any time. You know what I'm saying? Like he's a bonus, brother. If we able to get something out of Justin Ross, man, beautiful, absolutely. I want to see him succeed. Okay, we know he has talent. But the thing is, it has to translate to NFL talent. You got to be consistent. Those things matter. It matters. So that's how you're going to be measured. That's how you're going to be evaluated. And so if you can cut it, you can. If not, then so be it. Hey, they send you packing.
I love it, JD. First offseason episode, and we're talking about Justin Ross potentially doing something. This is gonna be 2025 is gonna be a great year. Right? First offseason episode, we're talking about Justin Ross potentially being something. Gotta love it. Heat, baby.
Ross, that jump ball guy. Yeah. If we utilize it, there's things we can see guys do, right? We can see those things, but it has to work in the scheme of what needs to be done, right? And this is part of the evaluation that Andy and those guys were talking about doing. This is what part of the all-season evaluation is. How can we make this thing better? Do we want to have a Hollywood Brown because we wanted to make it where we wanted to stress the defense and we didn't get to do it, or we didn't have the time because our offensive line didn't look as crisp as they should have against this team. We got beat up front. Pat couldn't stand in there and throw the ball. And we seen one good deep ball to Worthy. What could have been, right? I said off the bat, what we should have did is go up top. That should have been the very first play of the game. Run past them. Make them jokers open up their hips because you know why? They're going to be expecting it every single time. You got to threaten. So
yeah. Well, hopefully, like we said, the Super Bowl loss we can find silver linings to that. I think Pat's going to come out next year on fire. I think this offseason is going to be very big time for us because we're not used to getting embarrassed like that on that stage, particularly. And I think these guys are going to come out with a big chip on their shoulder. They hear all this stuff, everyone laughing at the Chiefs for losing and all this stuff, the dynasty's over, all this stuff. They're going to come out with big chips on their shoulder. And I think talking about looking at within, looking at the reflection, look at what we did look what we did this season with their offense. What can we do to get better? How can we get better? How can we change it up a little bit? I think we're going to see a little different wrinkles this coming year. We should, based on the stagnation we saw this year, because over the whole season it was kind of like up and down, stagnant a lot of the time. And I think there's going to be a little bit of a way to kind of look within and do better next year. And I do think our offense could be on fire next year. That's my hope, but I do think that's what's going to happen. It was too much stagnation this year and kind of mediocrity for our offense.
Yeah. Look, everybody's asking for a lot of different presents under the tree. Okay. They are. In this list right here, we're looking at running back, defensive corners, D-line. For me, D-line has to happen. We got it. We have to. We can't leave Chris in there just doing it. I like Turk a lot. I like to have Turk sign something a friendly deal. I like him. Does a great job. Are we going to be able to do it? Will he take a team friendly deal? Those things. So I have, everybody has a list. Okay. Who's been naughty and nice, Marcus? What are we looking for? What do you want on your Christmas tree? Right? I know you talked about running back, and somebody else is saying running backs and all those different things. I like Kareem. I like Pacheco. You can get another guy here. You get somebody in the draft that you can have for sure. For sure.
With the Pacheco situation, because next year he's a free agent. You're looking ahead, right? So you bring in a guy who can potentially learn from Pacheco and Kareem Hunt, and then if they don't bring back Pacheco, you got this next guy. So it's a deep tackle draft and a deep running back draft. So those two positions in this draft. Hey, and I see number one for you right there is D line. So there you go.
1,000%. 1,000%. And how it goes in the NFL, they're always trying to replace you. They're always trying to replace you. This is what football is. This is what football is in the National Football League. Pure and simple. So, it's going to be interesting to talk about these things. I like it.
Hi, everybody. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out the best clips from Chief Concerns. And if you prefer to listen to the show, subscribe and follow us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and anywhere else you get your podcasts.